Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Observable Flutter. My name is Craig Labenz, and I'm your host. And today, I have a top secret Tricksy projects. You have to keep it secret, keep it safe. Not really. It's not that mysterious, but I think it's going to be pretty fun, and I'm excited to get into it with everybody. So, let's begin. Do recall, folks, that this is the Flutter community, and we're all here to just be great to each other and learn Flutter together and have fun. And literally, everyone does that every single week. So I have top confidence in you all. All right. Does anyone have any guesses as to what today's top secret project is about? I'm muting this other tab over here. Randall, I was wondering why you always say waiting for Flutter. And then I looked at the YouTube stream on my other tab and realized that there's a little toast in the bottom left that says waiting for Flutter because that's the name of the channel. And it's before the stream starts. AI guess is coming in. Sorry to either disappoint or happy to be a relief. Not AI related. Not AI related. This is a good attempt. I give it a B+. Grieg? I don't know who this Grieg character is. Yeah, so today, Cupertino Glass, that's a good guess, but I lack the math abilities to do that. But don't you worry, the people that have those abilities are cooking. And they're trying to figure it out. No worries, you good. Yeah, so the project that I want to work on today, I did a little preview or did a little like exploration work on last night, but couldn't really get that far. So the video that goes to YouTube through StreamYard is compressed horribly. It's totally mangled. And I have always wondered whether or not I could stream straight to YouTube because then the video quality would be tremendously higher. The only problem is StreamYard does a really good job with this chat overlay here, right? So when Aditya asks, is Flutter good? And I want to answer that question, I just click this and that appears. And then that's why you pay StreamYard. Also, when you have guests, I don't think I would ever move away from StreamYard when I have a guest on the show. But when I'm solo, I'd love to stream straight to StreamYard. And that means the question is, how could I do this little chat thing? Because that is the missing link. And so what I want to experiment with today is a Flutter app that watches the chat stream, like feed from the YouTube API, and then shows them all to me. And if I click one, it renders a chat preview, a bubble, kind of like what we are looking at here. I'll go back to waiting for Flutter. So it's going to render a widget like this, then save it to a file to disk in a place where OBS is waiting for it so that it will then appear on screen as an overlay. And then in that same Flutter app, when I click it again, it will delete the file. So essentially the StreamYard kind of side chat experience, but with Flutter. Now I tried to wait, what? OBS has a plugin for this. Are you kidding me right now? All right, time out. I'm still going to build some of this because otherwise I don't have anything to do today. But, okay, let me get this over here. Let me switch to my desktop. Now we'll get a chat window back in here. Here we go. Okay. OBS, YouTube, chat, plug in. Displaying. Oh. But is it the... Okay, this actually feels pretty good. All right, this may be a really, really, really academic exercise as I attempt to build a way crappier version of rewrite OBS in Flutter. No, thankfully I'm aiming lower than that. That is that would be very funny. What is the future of Flutter? Oh, well, the future of Flutter is, I think, pretty bright, pretty great. There's haven't missed a release in a long time. Quarter releases coming out on schedule. A lot of great features and going on to more and more platforms all the time. LG adding Flutter on WebOS, a lot more embedded use case, Universal using Flutter on their kiosks. There's some countries or like some municipalities in South America that are experimenting with Flutter on their buses, the kiosks like point of sale to buy your ticket. Actually, a GDE, Romano Marquez is working on that. So there's a lot of great stuff going on. And I think the future of Flutter is looking incredible. Yeah, coming up on 10 years. LMs are going to really enjoy writing Flutter in the future. I hope. Do I hope they have a concept of enjoyment? I think I don't. Because then they would also have the concept of misery. And then, you need to like look out for their well-being. And I think it would be, I don't think we'd do a good job of that. So I hope they don't have the ability to enjoy or not enjoy. You know what? We could honestly have an entire stream where we just debate consciousness. That would be an awesome stream. I would love that. Some people must think that I am not conscious based on how often I come up with bad ideas for observable Flutter streams, like rebuilding a crappier version of an existing OBS plugin. Yeah, people would have to come on the stream. That's true. If it was just me talking and everyone else chatting, that'd be terrible. How about the new Apple Liquid Glass? Should we expect this to be supported in the Cupertino widgets, or will it be its own set of widgets? Good question. There's a lot of talk about this on GitHub, so you can follow along. I don't have the issue off the top of my head, but if you go to the GitHub repository and look in the issues and search Liquid Glass, you'll see it. The TLDR is that the Flutter team is kind of basically pausing a lot of work on both Material and Cupertino widgets to reevaluate kind of a broad architectural rethink of how all of that stuff works in Flutter, and are also to that end not accepting pull requests either at this time, because pull requests, while they're great for the initial implementation, are also a maintenance burden that may or may not align with this kind of reimagining of the Flutter and Material widgets, or Cupertino and Material widgets. But there's already a lot of people playing around. There's Liquid Glass shaders up on Shader Toy. It's trivial to copy and paste a Shader Toy widget into your Flutter app. And, those shaders on Shader Toy for Liquid Glass are like not great yet, but it's been, the first ones I saw were like 8 hours later. So they'll get a lot better. And I don't think it will, I don't anticipate Flutter developers having any problem deploying as much Liquid Glass as they want to your UIs. All right. Great. Well, let's start working on this a bit, and it'll be, I think we'll have some fun. So the first thing, I want to build the UI part first. There's two components to this. Build the UI to show a widget and then capture it to a file and then plug that into OBS. And then at the end, we can work on actually listening to the chat from YouTube. And that is what I did a little experimenting with yesterday because, but I didn't get far because I didn't want to start a stream on the actual Flutter channel just for this. And on a private stream, which I also tried to start, you can't chat. So then there's no chat to follow. So I don't know how well that is going to work, but I have a script for that I have not been able to test yet. And let's begin. How about that? Gonna rearrange some winders. Get all the winders in the right spots here. Oh, hey, look at that there. And we switch back to this one, I think. There we are. And okay, here we go. So this script was written by Gemini. Oh, it's way too small. This script was written by Gemini and was doctored by me. So that means I probably made it worse. So let's look at what it does. API key. I'm going to delete this. So this won't last long. Then base URL, obviously, blah, blah, blah. You invoke this by passing it the YouTube video ID, which we now have. I can pull that out of the chat. And then it calls this get live chat ID function. What does that do? Oh, just builds a URL and makes a network call and does something, whatever. Okay. This is where Gemini is great. It's like, and obviously all the other models. This is just a bunch of documentation reading that nobody wants to do. I especially don't want to do it because I'm basically illiterate, and parsing this data is like not what's fun in life, So we make a connection to the YouTube API, get some chat ID, log some stuff, blah, 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 and then start a poll, I guess. I was hoping it was going to be like a WebSocket. Every 5 seconds, it's going to ask for any new messages. And then let's see, what does that one do? And then this script is just going to print them, I think. Yeah, print the author and the message. So if this works, then I could wire it into the UI. But because this could be a bit of a rabbit, this could be like a rat's nest and a big distraction, I'm going to start with the UI part. And then I will... I think I did it on gemini.google.com. do I have Gemini Code Assist still? I should. I didn't get rid of it. Where did it go? I'm confused by that. I literally used Gemini Code Assist on this computer. Oh, this is really surprising. All right, let's begin. Terminal, YouTube Watcher. All right, so this is what I have in here so far. I was also playing around with a little Dart Frog server because I thought I might need to do OAuth authentication, but then again, I couldn't do anything because I needed an actual stream. A private stream would not do, so all of my experimentation failed. I really don't want to do OAuth, so I'm hoping to not use this server folder. But let's go with a little Flutter. Create -- empty YouTube Watcher. No, that's the name of the folder. We'll call it app. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. Okay. Oh, I meant to... I always forget to do the -- thing, platforms as well. I'm going to delete some noise here and get rid of all the platforms I'm not going to use. I'm just going to run this on Mac OS. Delete, 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 delete. All right. This is good stuff. So let's go over to Gemini and get ourselves. Where is my? Here we go. There we are. Getting Gemini going in another tab for us. And I'm going to switch to Pro, and I will say, write me a Flutter widget which saves its child parameter to a file at a predetermined location on disk. The widget should use a column to show its child first, and then have a button below which saves the image file. Oh, and I want it to be a ping as well because I want transparency. Predetermined child parameter to a ping. We'll say. All right, write me a Flutter widget that saves its child parameter to a ping at a predetermined location on disk. The widget should use a column to show its child first, and then have a button below which saves the image file. I think that'll do it. I'm imagining that this, Sam asked, will this be a mobile app? And I'm imagining it being a desktop app. All right, let's see what this got. We got an image saver here, blah, blah, blah. The image saver is what I actually care about. Although I did kind of want the column to be here. All right, global key, blah, blah, blah. Request permissions. I don't think we need that. This is basically what I believe we need. We need to get the repaint boundary. And then, yes, we call toImage on the render object, basically. And then does this use, path provider. Here we go. All right, this is a bit more verbose than I was expecting. I wonder if it would do a better job if I asked, this is like over, whatever, permission handler? Yeah, I don't think I need that. Anyway, whatever. Let's grab the image saver and bring it in. I will make a new file, and I will call it image saver ... And into it will go the code that I did not write. And I will get rid of this window, and I will move this window here, and there we go. Now we'll grab some imports. Don't need all of these, I don't expect. Look at this. Look at these incredible imports that we have here. Flutter.dev/material, flutter.dev/rendering. Actually, why is import? Oh, it got this package thing wrong too. This is crazy. I've never seen it like get such simple things so wrong. Oh, on mobile, I need permissions to save. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I've ever really done that on mobile. All right, I definitely am going to need path provider, and I'm not making this mobile now, so I'm going to get rid of this. So let's go to the pub spec.yaml for app and add a dependency, and it will be path provider. Okay. So we have our image saver widget. Where's the column? I think it did that in the, oh no, we do have a column here. That's good. Repaint boundary, elevated button. Okay, sure. And then the child, there we go. The widget.child comes in here. So let's try it. What's the problem? There's one thing that's not, oh, permission. Yeah, okay, I don't care about request permissions. And then where that's called, we will also not do that. Ooh, oh, look at this. It's got a little loading state. And then does it remember to set loading to false? Nice. Great stuff. Great stuff. So let's import the old image saver.dart. And I will begin by wrapping hello world with the image saver. Oh, I think I had to go, yeah, analysis options, formatter, nope, trailing commas, preserve. Thank you. Randall says, if you're interested in Flutter and AI, we is the Flutter community, doing a series on that under, and then it goes on to say, under the YouTube Flutter community channel. And you should definitely check that out. Definitely check it out. All right, let's run the app. No, that's not what I want. Flutter, run D, macOS. Okay, do have to go into the app directory. That'll help. Oh, there was another thing I wanted to do. I'll probably need to like print the location. Yeah, this image path. Oh, wow. And it even, no, this isn't going to work. I can't have this kind of time namespace in here. We'll just call it image. And then the image path I'm going to print so that I can open it and point to it in OBS. Yep, I was not in the app directory. That's true. Okay, we are live here. Bringing this in. Hello world, save as image, looking good. I'll hot restart already because I changed some code. Save as image. Image successfully saved. It did not print. Why not? Because I don't know why it didn't print. Hello? Did it? It did not restart. Yeah, it's also still. Toodles. Or no, how about Toodaloo? I don't know how to spell Toodaloo. Toodaloo. Good. What is going on? We're off to a hot start. So this isn't like initialization code. And I'm doing, let me do a hot. This is really. Why is hot reload not working? I wonder if it's like, is there some edge case where if you change code while it's building? There shouldn't be, because I've changed more code since it was building. This is odd. Also, what happened to my window here? I've not really seen anything like this. I wonder if I needed to change this function again. I wish I hadn't killed it. I wish I'd tried that. I wonder if it wasn't picking up that change because it happened during the compilation. And then when I made other changes, it picked up that and it only spliced in that. But then this change was still lost. If that's what happened, we should be able to recreate it. But anyway, save. Yeah, now it printed. That must be what happened. So let's grab this directory and open it. Oh, I wanted to open not the image itself, but the folder. There we go. Okay. So here is Toodaloo world saved, hello world, and then we're going with actual image because we need a consistent file name for OBS. So to kind of review how this worked real quick, we grab the render object of the current element, and then use this toImage method that gives us a UI image, and that's a very low-level Dart thing. And then we convert that. Honestly, I've never really looked at or read or thought about this code before, but apparently this is what you write. Basically tell it to be a ping and then use a uint8 list. That makes sense. This is just the raw bytes data type, and create a file path and then write some bytes to it. So that all makes sense to me. And I believe, these file handlers like auto close with the Dart IO library, so we don't have to do file.close or anything. And now I'm actually just going to bring in OBS onto the screen. This will surely give us an infinite mirror. And, but that's what we're dealing with. Oh no. Yeah, desktop host. Sure, I'll do it here. No, I guess I'll go on. No, I want to show it in OBS. All right, so let's add a new image. Yep. Okay, there we go. And we're going to browse. And now I'll go into Finder again and drag this image into here. Maybe I have to drag it into this window. This is supposed to work. Why are you being dumb? Huh. What is it? Why is it talking about? This is like a core macOS thing that you can drag something out of Finder into a file picker and it navigates to that folder. Why is nothing working this morning? I do this every day of my life, right? Am I crazy? I'm taking crazy pills. All right, so I guess I have to navigate to it myself, which I do not want to do. Also because the library directory is hidden by default. Can you just please work? So I don't actually even know how to show the library because what is going on? Oh, that time it just worked. That makes a lot of sense. All right, this is really cool. Obviously, the problem now is we need to have more readable text. So I'm going to go back to here and let's make this style, font, no text, style, color, colors, dot white. Go back to the app, save it again. Also, oh, the image. Now, why is everyone not seeing the image? Oh, it is there. Did it resave to white? It did not resave to white. Did I click the button? Save. Why is it not resaving? Oh, hot reload didn't happen. Why did hot reload not happen? Because it lost connection to the device. Why did that happen? I'm making this look pretty hard. So apparently the way that I could have unhid the library was Command-Shift-period. See, the crazy thing is I do have actual hidden libraries revealed, like anything that starts with a dot. I know there's some Finder setting that, because I want to look in Dart underscore tool every now and then. All right, what's going on here? Stale file. Whoa. Oh my goodness. How is this spamming this message? Path is currently... I wonder if this is because I started this before I closed the other window. I am not aware of that being like a lock. That must be like a Mac OS sandbox thing. Nope, same problem. This is nuts. PCH was compiled with the module cache path, blah, 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 blah. But this path is currently... Oh. See, I've had app. I think there is a conflict on... Let me troubleshoot here for a minute. I'm going to delete my trash. And then I'm going to run Flutter clean. Let's see if that works. Empty trash. How's everyone doing? Oh, delete Dart tool. Yeah. So I only have to do that? You think I don't have to do all of Flutter clean? Getting nothing but errors at this point. Yeah, maybe I will turn on Gemini Code Assist again. Gemini Code Assist. Where did... See, it says it's installed, and yet it is not on the sidebar. And that is annoying. Literally nothing is working today. I'm about to start sounding like Lewis Black. All right, what is going on here? Shell init, error retrieving current directory. This feels like an actual terminal problem to me. I am going to kill all the terminals and try again. All right, so the terminal was very confused. And now we run the app again, and I don't think we'll get that other error. It's like driving down an unpaved road. That's how smooth it's been. Okay, we have white text, folks. So now when I save as image, Toodaloo world becomes white. Ha-ha! Ha-ha! That's exciting. All right, let's give it a background. Let's imagine, I'm going to make an actual widget for this. Oh, no, I'll have Gemini do it because, yeah. Okay, so now we'll say, great job, old buddy, old pal. Next, please write me a widget that looks like a chat bubble with two components, one for author information and one for the message text. I will use this as an overlay in OBS. I don't know if that's going to matter for its computations. Toodaloo World is still sitting there on the screen looking ridiculous. Also, it's a little dark. So let's have a, in like tone, let's have a friendlier message. Hello, Flutter. Now you hot reload. Now we go back to the app and we save, and it should say hello, Flutter. That's much better. Whoa, it's a custom painter. Nice. Let's see what we got here. This, I wonder if it's actually doing like a cloud UI. I don't know. But it takes, so that's the bubble painter. Let's see what did it cook up for us here? Chat bubble. Yeah, custom paint. And then the child of the custom painter is this container with whatever size. And then we got a row. And so there's some author info. author avatar. Okay. Where's the author avatar come from? That's another child that I'm going to have to pass in. Oh, this is like involved. So it's got two. All right, let's test this out. This will be, let's see what it cooked up. First, I'm going to make a new folder a new file, chatbubble.dart. And let's grab the chat bubble. Get all of this. Paste it in. Let's grab the old Flutter material. All right, now I also want to expose as a single widget the composition that we have here of the column and the two chat bubbles, and then we'll just pass in the minimum amount of information. So this, yeah, that'll be a chat bubble, and then I'll have another one, chat message. Extends stateless widget. And then chat bubble can actually be private. And chat message will have override widget build context. And this will return the goods out of the main app here. So we'll just do this column. I believe the column closes there. Return. Cool. So chat bubble is now private. We've got some hard-coded data. That's fine. We'll pass in parameters next. So now we will say chat message. And then we'll import chat message. And what parameters did you take? Nothing. So what's the problem? Constructor isn't const. Okay. And yeah, probably want super.key or something. Cool. All right, refresh. Whoa, they're separate chat bubbles. There are two different styles that we're dealing with. So I kind of like the first one. Yeah. I think I like the first one. The little triangle is like maybe too much. Maybe we do, I don't know. What do folks like? First one or second one? Instead of using shortcuts. Yeah, I mean, I'm not an efficient person. We'll start with the first one. Chat bubble. Does it really just draw? Oh, no. The composition of them. I see, right. That was all the way up here. So what is the difference here? Because the one has the little triangle, and the other one doesn't. Where is that specified? Like they're the same widget. Oh, I wonder if this one does have a chat bubble. It's just the little triangle, but it's just clipping off the side. That must be the case. But yeah, the purple is really striking. So maybe we'll try that. So we can basically get rid of the second one. This also means that our chat message versus chat bubble distinction is not as useful as previously imagined. And let's put a little padding. Where does it make sense to put the padding? We don't want the padding saved. So it would go around the image saver, of course. Padding, child. I don't know. This is a shortcut I normally use. I don't know why I'm not. Padding, edge, insets.all 20, some random amount. Reload. There we go. We're shrunked up. So now, if we save as image, okay. I think we're going to need a fixed size that will YF, you can't tell what I'm building? Isn't it clear? I'm covering myself with a giant purple banner that says Gemini. No, I'm experimenting with using Flutter to drive chat overlays through OBS, even though there's an extension. It's like when people try to write their own widgets in Flutter and then they find out like, oh, there's a widget for that. This is like I tried to write something in Flutter and it's like, oh, there's an extension for that. All right. So one thing in the image saver, remember this pixel ratio. Yeah, pixel ratio property, which Gemini wrote as 3. So let's put that at 1 and find out, does this banner shrink in size when I save it again? Presumably it will, and it did. Great. But now it's like kind of blurry. Does the chat bubble look blurry to everyone? I'm going to put this at 0.5. Does that make sense? Save. Ooh, okay, that's too small. But it's really low resolution. Well, let's go back to 1. And then this is potentially a thing for OBS. So if 3.0 has like a higher pixel ratio for better quality, literally right in the comment. Okay. So hot reload again. And what is this error? What is this whining about? Positioned has to be in a stack widget. Oh, because I put a padding. All right, so we had, no, what? Is there a position widget somewhere? There is, and it's not in a stack. Oh. So that's just not doing anything, right? That's funny. Whoops. Don't start a live share. Okay. App. Save as image. Huge again. Better quality. So now I wonder if this should be fixed in OBS where I'll say right click on image, transform, fit to screen. Okay. That's better. But yeah, okay. Now I'll make the, nope, you go back. Command Z, grab the image. Please grab, why is it not letting me grab the image? This looks so ridiculous. I'm going to hide it for a second. I can't resize it. Why is it not letting me select the image? Let's try a new transform. So we tried fit to screen. We tried center to screen. Stretch to screen. Oh, that's not good. This looks like your broadcast will be back shortly. We're experiencing technical difficulties. So we're back to fit to screen, but I can't edit transform. Oh, okay. So bounding size. So I don't want the whole height. Let's do like, oh no, this is the width. I'll just do like 1,000 for width. There we go. And the height can be 200. Now we're cooking. And now let's position this. Let's see. So I'm going to move this in. That looks good. Let's go like 50. That's good. And then can I do negative 50 to do that from the bottom? No, that moves it up. So we'll have to do like 1,000. No, 1,000's too many. 900. 800. All right, that's pretty good. Yeah, I wanted to click and drag. It just wasn't doing it. But I think that's because, no, I don't know why. Every time I would try to click on the widget, it would select a layer behind it. Okay, this seems good. I like this. Now I need a clear button. So back in image saver, I'll have the image saver itself track whether there's a file. We could like watch the file system. I think that'll be a little more complicated. So we'll say bool is, no, because then I guess we'll have to just do like an init state for it as well. Init state. Is there already an init state? Nope. Why? See, earlier, not enough shortcuts. Now, the shortcuts aren't working. Other than that, everything's perfect. So let's check whether or not the file exists, which means we're going to need to pull this up into some kind of higher variables. Let's see here. This will be check initial file, or check for initial file, we'll call it. Void check for initial file. And now I can do these here things. All right, so the directory is going to, this is a path. Oh, it is a directory. Okay. Late directory, and this will be the images folder. And then we get our image path, which is a string, image path. Okay, looking good here. Now we'll say if file at image path dot exists. Yeah, sure, exists. We're in an async function. Await. Then we'll set state to file exists equals true. Yes. Yes, you are. Tricksy developers. Oh, my precious widgets and images that we're saving. Okay, I don't need to print the path anymore. We have that open. They took it from me. What am I doing now? Got the image path. Oh, right. I want to show a delete button if the file exists. And then after we save the file, we'll also have to set this to true. And when is set state called? All the way at the end here. So I guess I'll put this down there. Yeah. Because the file only exists like here as well. Actually, this show snack bar could also kind of go down here, couldn't it? Couldn't it? Yes. Now we can have another button. What's this if statement? Oh, if is loading. Whatever, that's fine. We will have a second button. We'll spare no expense. And this one will be delete. Maybe we'll say clear image, delete image. I don't know. The icon can be delete. How about delete forever? Whoa, that's hardcore. This should have a different style, maybe elevated style button. Okay, do you have like a color? Background color? I don't know if I actually want foreground or background color here. All right, restart. Now that initialization code, colors dot white. Yeah, that's better. Didn't work. Why didn't it work? Did I restart the app? Why is clear image staying purple text? Anyway. Oh, and then clear image. Oh yeah, we need an actual function for it. Clear image. Put this next to save image. And this will say, we'll run back our file path. Yeah, we'll just grab this same selector if it exists. Oh. And if it doesn't exist, then print, why you try delete image no exist. Oh, no, that's a terrible message. It should say Tricksy hobbitses. They tooks the images from me. Yeah, there we go. That's better. All right. This is not changing. When things stop working in VS Code, I close the application and open it back up. VS Code will download the updates in the background and it'll break things because the update isn't applied until closed. I'm not sure what that means. Okay, so I would expect. So this is a full hot restart. It should have run the initialization code again. Print file exists, else print initial file does not exist. Initial file does not exist, it says. Oh, because I deleted it. Oh, and it is gone. It's truly gone. Great. So then why? Oh, because I didn't wrap the button in if file exists. I'm telling you, folks, I am sometimes not smart. Let's add a little sized box here. Height 20. Okay, let's save the image. It appears, and now we clear the image, and it goes away. And then clear image needs to call set state. Save the image. It's on the stream. Clear the image. It's off the stream. The button's gone. The only real remaining question is why that button text is an unholy purple on red when I very clearly said the text style should be white. Oh, there's a label. Is this where it needs to go? What does this text style do? Okay, I do actually have to type something that is remotely correct. Save the image. Huh. Weird. Weird. All right, it's time to start trying to listen to the YouTube stream. Foreground color. Is that like the text? How am I adding the closing parentheses on so fast? What's the shortcut? I think VS Code is just doing that. So if I were to type a new function here, this will be new function, and I type the opening parentheses. That was just one key, and it added it in. So I didn't do anything. I'm going to press one key, and they're both there. Does your IDE not do that? Does it do? Are there any IDEs that don't do that? Chat bubble tail is not saving with the image. Oh, is that true? Save. Yeah. Huh? Okay, back to the bubble. Where is the tail? Space for the tail and avatar. Container. It says only row. So this whole thing is in a custom paint. I wonder if it's just painting outside its own bounds here. Because render objects do not have to color within the lines. So that is probably the issue, in which case we would need to refactor this to like shrink it such that the tail fits in its own space. But I think I kind of want to try to listen to what does Tricksy projects mean? It's just a silly Lord of the Rings reference. That's what Gollum mumbles to himself, and he's mad at Frodo and Sam because he's corrupted by the one true ring, or the one ring. It's not the one true ring; it's just the one ring. Come on. All right, so now let's try switch gears and see if this CLI works, because if it does, we can just bring the logic into the Flutter app and have it start showing messages that we choose between. And we could click on a message and a real message might show up on the screen, and that would be awesome. So actually reviewing what this does again, API key again that I'm about to delete. I think I'm just going to run this as is. I will make a new thing here. No, I have to go into CLI. I will run this. Now I grab the, it says grab like the video ID. I hope that's just the ID from the URL. I don't know if it is. Okay, successfully retrieved live chat. Somebody say something. Look at all these messages. Oh my gosh, it works. Hey, that's great. Oh, and it pulls in the whole thing all the way back to the beginning. And then, oh, but it only gets new ones. I actually was wondering how that part was going to work, because this is great, because I can't tell you how much I did not want to think about this code to talk to the YouTube API. Like, oh my gosh, I didn't. I don't know if Kevin Moore is here still, but he's very helpful in the Google APIs library existing on Pub. And, you know, that is what this is using. I can see, oh no, that's what the OAuth one uses. This is just like plain REST. Never mind. He's still awesome though. Yeah, Tricksy REST APIs. So do we have any more information about the author? Because it'd be fun to show the author's photo, but we'd have to have their email address. And I fear that we can only get email address information if we do OAuth, because that's more info. And I'm pretty sure that that is what I read in the documentation yesterday. And I almost cried. Let's print the whole item. Save. Refresh. Oh, I'm in the wrong window. Yeah, you can see the API key, but I'm going to delete it after the stream. All right, so someone has to say something again. I can say something too. Well, hello there. Oh, it's not printing the item because this code must already be, code must not be getting re-executed. So let's try again. It's going to really spam a lot of info here. Okay. Profile image URL. Let's go. This is great. All right. So now, what is the path on that? So kind tag, blah, blah, blah. And then there's type, message event. Oh, actually, I might be able to pull some. Oh, author details, display name. So author details, let's try profile image URL. Oops. Profile image, and that'll be profile image URL. And then we'll just print that as well. And then get rid of all of this spam. Nice. I'm going to load this in another tab, and it shows a photo. Ha, ha. Okay. Let's go, baby. This is pretty exciting. So now I'm going to, first of all, thank my lucky stars that I don't have to do OAuth, because that was going to be a real problem. I was going to fail. So I want to have a new file that'll be the YouTube comment stream, baby. Dart. Let's go. Class YouTube comment stream. And we're going to bring over some of these here to be shenanigans. Actually, first let's design the API. So if I was building this for real, I would pass in the URL via a like input box in the UI, but that would take forever to build today and is kind of pointless. So instead, I will not do that. I will continue to hard code the ID actually. Where did I grab that from? Oh, that was in the shell invocation. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to grab that ID. So the first thing that we're going to have, actually, I'll hard code it right now. Video ID, const video ID, static const. This is the YouTube stream or YouTube ID from the URL. And then we're going to have a class that's going to be the chat message. But I think I already have that in the widget thing. So I'll call this. Do I want to get rid of chat message as a widget? I'll call it widget. That'll be better. And then back in main, we'll probably have to change this to say widget. Great. So now we can have an actual method over here that'll be chat message. And it is going to have 3 parameters that will all be required. And that will be the username, the photo, and the message. And there's probably like timestamps and stuff, but what are you going to do? Final string username, photo, message. Lovely. So the YouTube comment stream will expose a stream of chat messages. And that is going to return our controller that we have not defined yet stream. And this will be the stream. Okay, so let's add Dart async. And in our constructor, which I'll put at the top, we will initialize our controller to be a stream controller of type chat message. And it'll be broadcast. Nah, it doesn't have to be broadcast. Okay. Now I have to add this field. Final controller which is a stream controller of type chat message. And you require a semicolon. Great. So now let's have an initialize method. Future void initialize. And this is where we get to steal some code. Let's grab these constants. Ooh, process message IDs. Oh, that's how it. So every payload, it actually gets every single message. And then it just filters out the ones that it already knows about. Okay, that's how that works. I'll put these at the bottom. Initialize is going to Randall feeling a little inspired. This does indeed mimic existing OBS plugins, but those aren't in Flutter. Yeah. Oh, is someone else pointing out that I don't have to be doing any of this? All right. So we got to call this get live chat ID function. Oh yeah, you'll have to be async. So get live chat ID, let's copy that over. Okay, got to bring in Dart convert for that JSON object. Okay, so get live chat ID, and we got to bring in HTTP, which I don't know if I have added to the project yet. If not, app pubspec.yaml. Dependency HTTP. Okay. So the next thing that this did was print some stuff. That's fine. And then it starts this periodic timer where, and then as soon as we do this, I think we can actually just, oh yeah, that'll return. That's fine. Okay. Get chat messages. I was thinking like, I don't know if I needed a completer or something, but I don't think we need a completer. Yeah, looking good. Okay. That's great stuff. So the live chat ID, what's your problem here? String question mark can't be assigned. Oh, so they did some error checking on whether or not the live chat ID. Yeah, so if it's not null, that's fine. Okay. I'm not really going to check. I'm not going to put any error handling in this. That's for later. So the last thing that we need to do here is we've pulled out all these details and we don't really need to print anything anymore. I can make a new chat message equals chat message. And we'll say the username is actually this author string. The image profile, what did I call it? Photo, because you have to have a new name for everything every time you revisit it, is the profile image. And then the message, I did at least just call the message. And now onto our controller, we can add the chat message. Great. So in theory, that won't crash and burn horribly. Now in main.dart, do I want to turn... I think I'm going to have two panels. Oh, the chat message widget also needs to take a chat message. That's for sure. So required. Actually, it'll just be a positional parameter. This.message. Final chat message. Import this. Looking good. And the message is going to be message.message, which is a great indicator that you've given something a terrible name. The name is going to be message.username. The avatar here, circle avatar background, child. So this child is now going to be an image.network with the chat message.photo. And it's not a chat message. The variable name is just message. All right. Cool. Cool. Now, back in main.dart, we've got our scaffold center. Let's wrap this in a row. I'll have two components here. Wrap in a row. So the first one will be the selected part. Oh yeah, this is going to all have to be a stateful widget. Obviously, in general, you wouldn't. I'm not doing any state management here. Zero state management thoughts are happening. Oh, but I am literally going to be rebuilding the material app. Actually, that does make me hurt too much. So I will move all of this out into a separate widget, which we will call the chat screen. Stateful widget. There we go. Chat screen. Looking good. Back into main. We'll grab all of this and bring it into the build method. Okay. Now here you'll just return the chat screen, which will import. And then we can get rid of these other ones that we don't need anymore. That'll be over in chat screen. All right, that's looking pretty good. Okay, so chat message needs a message, but this will be the chat message. It's nullable selected message. Why are you not imported? Okay. And so the child here will be a, oh wait, are the null aware elements, is that a thing here? Oh no, that's not really gonna work. I'd have to do, actually, let me try it. So we could say here, this is like a nullable widget chat message equals, if the selected message is not equal null, then it is chat message with the selected message. Otherwise, it's null. There's probably a tighter way to write that. Also, apparently a less incorrect way to write that. Chat message can't be assigned to variable type of widget. Oh yeah, it's chat message widget. And then the selected message is not null. All right, so now can I do this? No, apparently that's like coming soon or something. You'd think I would know the answer to that because I literally talked about it in the keynote, but I don't remember. Sad days. So we'll just say if the selected, if the selected chat message does not equal null, then I don't write if here. Oh, no, you do. Oh, that's in a list literal. Okay. And what's the problem with this? Widget can't be assigned to type widget. Oh, right. I was going to build it here. I'm so smart. All right. We're going to get rid of this whole gobbledygook. Check on a little live chat over here. Soon you'll be surfaced via Flutter and not StreamYard. And that'll be great. Pains me every time I have to make a stateful widget. Yeah, wait, why? There's no problem with a stateful widget. It's not more, it's not less performant. It's not, maybe the syntax, maybe the boilerplate is not your favorite. Yeah, I used one. I used a shortcut. He can be taught. All right, so what's the next thing that we need to do here? Right, I was going to wrap this in a row. So do I need the center anymore? Let's think here. Yeah, I will still use a center, and this will be a row. And so on the left-hand side, we're going to have the selected message. And then on the right-hand side, we're going to have the feed. And I think I'm just going to literally use a stream builder, which I have not used a stream builder in forever. But because I'm completely punting on any state management. See, why couldn't it? Oh, no. Look at how helpful this shortcut was. Oh, also, shortcuts are the most finicky things in the world. The second time it works. The first time it just completes the token. So we're going to need a YouTube Streamalim. So this will be a stream of, and we'll just make it late, I guess. Oh, no, it can't be late because it's asynchronous. Oh, I don't have to wait on initialize, actually. Oh, okay. Yeah. This initialize, I'm not going to await this. This doesn't matter, actually. Okay. Sorry. I just was going to write something crazier in my head and then realized I didn't need to, but there was actually no refactoring necessary. So we will have a stream of chat messages that is going to come from, oh no, actually I will just create the watcher. Yeah, that's what we need to have. Final YouTube comment stream equals YouTube comment stream. Okay. So the stream builder can just use this, and now I don't even think we need an int state anymore. So let's do a list view builder. To do a list view builder, we have to have items somewhere. So I'll store them on the widget, I guess. So now I'm back to having an int state. Final chat messages equals a list of chat messages. And we have this stream. So we're not going to do a stream builder anymore, I don't believe. .stream.listen. And this will also store itself in a subscription that we'll close later. Final stream subscription chat message. Actually, this will be late. Okay. Now we can dispose as well. All right. So in this listen method, this is going to actually get a new single chat message. And I will call set state and add the message to chat messages. Now we can have another item here, listview.builder. And the items here, oh no, item count is going to be chat messages, which had an underscore dot length. And then we need an item builder. And that is going to get the context and the index, if I recall correctly. Yeah. And here we will return. Let's put a little padding around it. And then, oh, that's going to look awkward. Oh, whatever. I don't care. The child will be a chat message widget, which will accept out of chat messages the index. Ooh. Why a private property inside a private class? That's a good question. I'm not going to lie. I haven't really thought about that much. That's a good question. I suppose that's actually completely redundant and irrelevant, isn't it? Does this have a chance of working. I have no idea what this layout is going to be like. Actually, what I think is going to be broken is like this row in the relationship between these children. That I think was going to be abhorrent, but the rest of it might work. So let's go back to app. Make sure the old app's not still running. It is. Goodbye. And Mac OS. I love the confidence. It'll work. Why wouldn't it work? Nod says, sorry, I need to explain myself. This goes back to the don't like stateful widgets. I meant writing large features and using stateless with perimeter would be better. More stateless. Well, yeah, I agree. You know, stateless widgets, stateful widgets are good for like ephemeral. I don't know. Things are not loading here. I was definitely expecting to see stuff on the side. Oh, wait a minute. There is a rendering problem. Okay, scroll to the top. Oh, this whole thing. Vertical viewport was given an unbounded width. Okay, so the list view was given unbounded width. So let's put all of this in a layout builder and give each of them 50% of their space. We'll switch this to builder, layout builder, constraints. So now in the row, this center is going to be wrapped in a sized box that will have width of constraints dot width, max width divided by 2, and it will have height that will just be all the height, max height. And we will wrap the list view in the same. Size box. There we go. My brain completely went to outer space for a second there. Refresh. Okay, this looks better. But I still... What's going on here? Why is nothing rendering? So it's because I'm not calling initialize. And then this is a feature, but I'm kind of like, I don't need to await it. So I will mark that, which also means that it doesn't even need to be a feature. It's kind of poorly designed. I don't love how that is and works. But what are you going to do? Okay, wait, what's the problem here? Unhandled exception, socket exception. Here not permitted. URL, blah, blah, blah. 403. Oh, wait, port 443. I thought I was getting a 403. Ah, right. Entitlements. Mac OS. Runner. Runner. Where is this again? Signing capabilities. Outgoing connections. Now we'll do a full rebuild. I think it might just happen. Wouldn't it be the same to wrap both in flexible? Well, I don't know that they would. Would they each get exactly 50% of their space if we did that? We can try that afterwards. Oh! Now there's a thing is still going to prevent this from working immediately. And that is that there's no click handler on the list. This is going to work though. We're pretty close. So where do I need to put this? In the chat screen. Is that it? I've lost track of everything. Where's the list? Where's the builder? Here's the subscription. Yeah, this is it. Here we go. List view builder. Boom. So let's wrap each of these in a, actually, I'll put it all around the padding. No, I'm not going to put it around the padding. I'll wrap you in a gesture detector. Gesture detector with an on tap. On tap. Now, I don't have any concept yet of saving the, selected message. Oh, no, right. This is all in the same widget. The joys of writing really terrible code. Whoops. Selected message equals, they should all have like an ID, because then I could unselect. For now, we'll just have select, and then we'll add unselecting. So this will be chat messages index. Really, I should just be selecting the index. That would make more sense. That is what we'll do. This will be an int. Selected message index. So this is this. Whoops. I copied instead of pasted. I have to go back up. Selected message index. Here we go. And this would now be chat messages, which has been pointed out. There's really no point to have be a nullable list in a private class. So our selected message index will just be the index. And then this is the only place where we have to do this. That looks good. The other place, of course, here. That looks good. And then what I think we can say here is, like, we can add deselection right away. So if we're selected, I think we just say, yeah, it does not equal null. I was wondering, like, do we have to check, is it the same one? Oh, no. I do kind of have to check if it's the same one. So if the index is not null, then of course we set it to null. But then there's a question of, was it something else as well? So like if the index does not equal, so this is like one message was selected, but then the user clicked on a different one. So then we would basically save, we'll just say like should update. Again, this is really, really silly. There's probably a better way to do this. And then if should update, then selected message index equals index. Surely I could do this in a simpler way, right? And then this gets an else as well. Oops, what did I do? There we go. All right, I don't know. That was really terrible code, but I think it's correct. Oh yeah, we could set the flex ratios for each one to control the size. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, let's see. So I'm going to click this. It appeared. Now I'm going to click it again and it should go away. And now I'll click one and then click a different one and it changes. Okay, so that terrible code I wrote did work, but that's no excuse for how terrible it is. Oh, right. They're in the reverse order. It's a little annoying. List view builder. Is there a reverse parameter? Reverse. Love it. Reverse. True. Refresh. Probably didn't have to refresh in that way. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I want the last. Wait, it's not. Oh, these are like not ordered. Okay, we are not feature complete here, folks. Well, let me tell you. Oh, it was the correct. It actually was the correct order before. All right, I'll undo reverse. And We'll just do a reload this time. Oh, okay, cool. No, this is good. This is good. So let's go. Ooh, okay. A little Harry Potter action here. It's not our abilities to show we truly are, it is in our choices. Sure. Okay. Save. Yeah. And then we delete and it goes away. Folks, I'm telling you, this was great. This is a first-class feature, world-class productization. Ship it. That's right. Boom. Oh, it's like the biggest possible one. Let's see how this works. I think, oh yeah, we were just seeing this one. So the text is smaller. Oh, right, because in OBS, I hard set the size. So that's kind of why that's happening. Right. Nice. But nobody loves the layout builder. That's okay. Hey, this happened. This is great stuff. No emoji? What was the emoji? Why not clicking saves it and removes as the image button? Yeah, that would be better. All right, I'm going to wait until your message appears in the chat here because there's a 5-second delay. Oh, I had to scroll down and then we'll elevate it because that's a great point. Why not have clicking the thing over here selects it and then remove the need for this button? Yeah, that would be a better UX for sure. Oh, I needed to keep scrolling to the bottom. Well, whatever. That'll be a quest for another day. Folks, I dare say that we've done it. I've reinvented StreamYard. It only took 90 minutes. I also have like 0.1 of one of their features. So I didn't really reinvent StreamYard, but I may next week attempt. Depends if I have a guest. I will always use StreamYard when I have a guest. I have no idea how I would composite the guest video into the feed. Actually, I do have an idea, but I think it would be terrible. Oh, scroll controller. Okay, yeah, we'll make a scroll controller next time. Oh wait, I gotta click on my UI. What am I doing? Save as image. Yeah, I gotta get rid of that second button click for sure. Oh shoot! I gotta add the overlay to this scene. Okay, wait, I gotta go back here. See, it shows up here, but that's because I didn't add the overlay to the other scene. So back in OBS, we got this image. I'm going to rename this to be properties. I don't know. How do I rename you? Maybe it's this thing? No, that keeps showing the same doodad. Literally named rename. So this is the chat overlay. And now I would have to add this to every scene. So in here, I'll say plus image, add existing chat overlay, but it's not positioned correctly. That's a little unfortunate. No, now it's letting me resize it. Well, thank you. It wasn't letting me do that before. Anyway, look at that. And I can clear the image and it goes away. Who said you couldn't build an OBS extension in Flutter? All right. Well, folks, thanks so much for joining. This was really fun. I had a blast. I loved all of your ideas for how to write this code more better. This will probably be how it sits. I might play with it a little bit more, polish it up, and I might actually try to use it in a future stream because then the video quality of Observable Flutter would be much better because as great as StreamYard is, they do really compress the living daylights out of your video feed, and that drives me nuts. So I am, I might just use this for real. All right, but that will do it for today, folks. So thanks so much for joining, and I will see you all in a future Observable Flutter.